TNT title match. I would just give him the match and have him kill some things on TV first in the next few weeks, and then you can do the title match on May 30th at the pay-per-view. It's plenty of time. Zach Masters, which New Japan AEW faction match would you rather see? LIJ against the Pinnacle or Suzuki-gun against the Inner Circle? Scorpio Sky's well-trimmed beard, one of our channel members. I've not seen a wooden chair since Zabisco turned on Bruno. No. The last time I can remember a wooden chair being used in a major angle would have been the first, actually it wasn't the first, but one of the first bumps that Vince McMahon took on WWE television, which was back in 1991. Roddy Piper was doing commentary. Ric Flair came over and was shoving him and instigating him and ended up attacking him. And Vince McMahon put his headset down to kind of go over and calm things down. And Piper didn't have his wits about him, and he swung a wooden chair. And he hit Vince McMahon right across the back with the chair. Vince McMahon took a chair shot in 1991, but it was a wooden chair. The actual first bump I ever saw Vince McMahon, I think the first one he ever took was, I talked about this once on the podcast. It was back when he was a young announcer in the late 70s, early 80s. I'm trying to think if it was someone who attacked Bruno, but I don't remember who it was. Or maybe, maybe it wasn't. It was Albano. Lou Albano maybe either hit somebody. Oh, I know what it was. I think it was a trophy presentation for Manager of the Year or something like that. And I think Arnold Skolin may have won. And Lou Albano flipped out. I think he hit him from behind with the trophy. And knocked, I think it was Skolin, over the top rope. And I think Vince McMahon also fell over or something. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. But that, I believe, was the first bump Vince McMahon ever took. Although no wooden chair was involved. Ken terminated by DQ. Thank you for the 5. Scorpio's beard. I'll do one better. I have not seen a wooden chair used since gentleman Chris Adams used it to injure Kevin Von Erich. And he wants to know if I remember. And I don't, because that, I'm assuming, was a world-class angle. And I was not watching World-Class Championship Wrestling back then. So I actually do not remember that. Although I knew about the Freebirds turning on the Von Erichs. I mean, that's a classic. But that one I did not know about. Ace of Masta, Darby and Jungle Boy. Feeling each other up would be a pay-per-view event. There is an audience demographic for that. If they want to win, the women demo. And even some of the men. But if they want to win the women's demo on Wednesday night, there you go. You get Darby and Jungle Boy feeling each other up. I don't know how TNT would feel about that. They have standards and practices, but, they do have a show called Dark. That sounds like a segment that you would find on a show called AEW Dark on YouTube. BW Rosas, how long do you think the Elite in AEW? Because out of the 11 factions they have, one has to go. Also, do you see Moxley tossing Omega at Rebellion on Sunday? Oh my god, I hadn't thought about that. I really hope not. Because look, what does that do for Rich Swann? If Rich Swann needs an AEW guy to interfere in the match, just to win the championship, it makes Rich Swann look like a fucking goof. That the only reason he won, the only way he could win is because Jon Moxley, an AEW guy, had to do some kind of a run-in and interfere in the match. So, yeah, they could do that, but I don't see what that accomplishes. And why would Moxley want to do that? If Moxley cares about the company and he cares about AEW, why would he want to see the AEW title leave the company and go to the Impact World Champion? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But now that you've planted that idea in my head, I'm a little bit worried it might actually happen. Canadian Oddball. I depend on Solomonster for all of my wrestling news. Buy or sell, watching Monday Night Raw or your leg through a window. Well, I have two legs, so if one gets hurt, I always have the other one, so I'll buy on that. The True Heel Master, great Dynamite show tonight. At first, I was thinking Moxley and Kingston was going to pull a Hulk Hogan NWO style, just like The Rock's ambulance in 2002. Yeah, and The Rock was a very forgiving guy, if you remember, because it was only a few weeks later at WrestleMania, in fact, after this man literally tried to kill him, that he was very forgiving, and he put his hand out, and he shook hands, and he's watching Hogan pose. This guy tried to fucking end his life. So The Rock was a very forgiving person in that angle, even though Hulk Hogan attempted murder live on television. Ryan Spies, is it weird, or it is weird, that AEW is not doing a match between the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle members next week to the advantage in Blood and Guts? Well, they're going to explain the rules to us, so maybe they have something else in mind for the rules. I would expect that they would change the rules up a little bit in some way to kind of make it their match and not copy exactly the formula. I don't know. I don't know what they would.
It's pretty good. I don't know what it is. It's by FAZE.
Maybe chaining weapons to the walls of the cage. You can see that.
FAZE a client.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
It's also very possible that they could announce something during the week. You know, when Dynamite ended last week, they
It tastes pretty good. So that's 3 that's tasted good.
That match came a few days later.
That's 3 I would recommend. The FAZE, strawberry banana, and strawberry shortcake, and bubblegum. Actually 4. That's pretty good. So 4 out of the 7, pretty good.